Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to learn the basics of animation. So, how can you do and apply an animation on any object? So we learn from the basics. So let's see, this is the animation pane. So in the animation pane, you will see different options. So currently the animation is applied on this object. So I'm just going to select them and delete them. And I will also explain how does this works. So now, once you select an object, you will be able to see an option in the animation pane. So as you can see, when I click on this one, you can see different animation options in the top bar of the master PowerPoint. So now, let's see different bars. So when you click here, you can see different options, which includes the entrance animation, the exit animation, the emphasis animation, and the motion paths. And similarly, if you click on each separate item, you will have more options for different kind of animations that you want. So now let's get back to the previous slide. Now, as you can see that there are different options. As you can see here, animation pane. If I click on this one, it will close, and if I click again, it will appear again. So let's say I click on this one and apply a random animation, and you can see that animation will appear in this bar. Now, once I click on the preview bar, I will also activate an option for auto preview. Now, once I click on the animation again, it will show that animation to me one more time. So once I click on the animation, it will preview and show a small preview of that animation once I click on a new animation. Now let's move forward. So for example, this is one animation that is applied to a particular object. So for example, if I want to change this animation, or I also want another animation to be applied on this object, how can you do that? So as you can see, I wanted to apply pulse on this one, but it didn't apply on this one, but it rather overlap one. So for that, click on add animation to apply two or more than two animation on a single object. Now you can see this single object has two animations. One is the fly-in animation and the other one is the pulse animation. So now remember the sequence of these animations. So the first one is fly-in and the second one is the pulse animation. So what if I adjust and move this second animation, the pulse animation on the top? What will happen? So first of all, it will pulse and then it will fly in. So remember, this animation pane also shows the numbering how the animation will appear. So please be careful with that. Now let's come back to a main thing, which is a line animation. So for example, I wanted to add line animation for this particular box. So as you can see, this line animation is from the starting from top and ending at the bottom. So once you click, you can see this green cursor. This green cursor shows the starting point, and similarly the red cursor shows the ending point. So where do I want this block to start and where do I want this to end? It all depends upon this green and the red dot. So now you can see that I want to manage my green dot on the bottom side and my red dot on the top side. So remember, whenever you click on this animation, you will see these two shapes in a faded way. So you can see the green shape down and the red shape up. So now this animation is applied to this object. Don't worry for the extra space between this, it doesn't matter. And if the extra space goes out of the slide, it also doesn't matter. So now what happened is that this object is already appearing. I don't want this object to be appeared in the start, rather I want it to appear in the end. But we will work on that one in the later option. Let's just select another animation on the second object, and this time we want it to start from the top and end at the bottom. So now, don't worry for the top animation and the bottom animation if you are just dragging them down manually, so that doesn't matter if you are using a top animation or the left animation or the line animation. So now, once I click on this red button, I'm going to move this red button to the top. So as you can see, this red box is placed on the top and you can see a red cursor. That means the green box will start from here and will end it over here. But we don't want that one. We want the green to start from there and the red one to end here. So I'm going to drag the green button and I'm going to drag the red one down at the current position of this block, and I will move this green box adjacent right above to the box which has a red circle. So remember, green shows the starting point and the red shows the ending point. So now we have two different kind of animation. One's coming from down and another one coming from the top. So right now they are not arranged together, like they are not appearing together. So this is something that we need to focus. Now let's see. They are already appearing. We don't want them to appear first already. So how can we manage that? We can manage that by simply adding one more animation to this block. So select this block and click on add animation and appear. Now you can see that this appear is in the third item. We don't want them to be on the third, rather we want them to come on the very first animation. So that means appear will appear first and then will come the line animation for that box. Okay, now you can see that appear comes first and then the line animation. You can also you can see in a better way when you click in the full animation, not in the preview mode. So let's see in the full animation. Now you can see the red box is not appearing. So once I click, the red box appears and the line animation starts. And similarly, we are going to apply the same rule for the second block. Appear first and then the line animation. I'm going to drag this appear box to the third number so that it comes before the fourth number. So now you can see how it works. This is simple. Everything is done. Now you can use a simple tool to replicate these animation for the other object rather than doing one by one. So what you can do is, you can select an object first and then go to Animation Painter and then click on any object that you want to be animated, and it will work simply like that. Now select the box that you want to apply animation on, for example this one or this one. Let's say we select this one and click on Animation Painter and select the object that you want to be animated. So now the third box is animated, and you can also see in the animation pane. Now I just want to do that. I want one object to come from bottom, another one come from top. So that's why I'm arranging them in a way so that they appear like someone is coming from top and the other object is coming from the bottom. So I'm going to apply Animation Painter on the fourth object, and for the last one I'm going to apply the same animation as the one I used for the blue box. So click on Animation Painter and select the object you want to be animated, and it's done. Now you can see 5 different sections and all these are animated separately. But what if in this box you can see that they are going to appear when you click them. So you can see a small mouse button on the animation pane on the left hand side. So now I'm just arranging the sequence. So third box comes first and then this one, and then that's all. Now you can see once I click the button, the red box comes and it covers this box. And then this one comes, but this doesn't comes too smoothly like I wanted. So now you can see that it appears something like this. So let's find what's the problem. So right now they are separate, so I want each block to have animation together. For example, line animation and appear animation should be one. So once you click them and then they appear. Now if I click on all these that appear after previous, let's see what happens. So red box comes and then the blue, this blue box comes, and then the dark blue box comes, and then the orange one comes, and then the brown one comes. So this is how it appears, but I don't want them to be taking too long time. Rather, I want them to be appearing at the same time. So this is how it will look in a way that when you apply all the animations with the previous animation. So that means all the boxes will appear right at the moment when the first box comes. So you can see that there's only one section and there is no separate section. So now what if we want to decrease the speed? So if we select them all and go in the timing, you won't be able to see the timing zone because appear animation will not have a time. So you have to select the line animation individually and then go to the effect options in the small bar, and then you can go to timing. You can also make the ending smooth, or depending upon if you want to make your start smooth or ending smooth. You can decrease the speed to slow or fast, however you like. It depends on you how you want your object to be animated. This is just an example. You can make your own example by yourself. So now this is the object. I want them to appear and have a fading effect, and I want them to have a duration of 2 seconds. That means it will take 2 seconds for this object to appear. So now let's see what happens. These objects comes and then this text comes. But I want the opposite. I want the text to come first and then my object to come. And again I selected with previous. Now let's see what happens. My first title comes, I click, my title comes, and then also my other infographic is coming on the right hand side. So guys, this is how you make a simple line animation, and this is how you use a line animation in Microsoft PowerPoint in a really easy and simple way. I hope you find this video useful and helping. And if you haven't watched my previous videos in animation, if you watch them now, it will really help you understand how I did the line animation on those animated diagrams. So till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.